morning, everybody. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming out today to the Unitarian Universalist Community of the Mountains. So, as many of you know, we are moving very soon to a new location. And, you know, it's been a process. We're all have mixed feelings about it. We're all very excited, but, you know, there's some worries and apprehensions we have. So I thought I wrote a little song for us, or I adapted a song for us. I was standing by the window on a warm and sunny day when I saw the moving van come to carry UUCM away. Okay, everybody, will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a bigger home awaiting on the west side, the west side. Well, I said to the moving van man, please drive slow. If you crash a million coffee cups and glasses will be no more. The circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by. There's a bigger home awaiting on the west side, the west side. Well, I followed close behind them, but it took a long, long time, hauling all those rocks for joys and sorrows. They were moving slower than a snail. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a bigger home awaiting on the west side, the west side. As we crawled along, hauling pulpits, choir stoles, candles, and name tags, I felt sad and a bit uncertain as to why I had packed up these bags. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a bigger home awaiting on the west side, the west side. Oh, well, we got there to Squirrel Creek Road, moved that stuff in, we moved it in. We found the chalice, the rocks and glasses. Now we're ready to give it a spin. with me. No, I just wanted to say good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Randy.
Before we turn to one another in greeting, please take a moment to silence your cell phones or any other electronic noisemakers you may have. As we take a minute to say hello to those around us, please be mindful of the different ways people may wish to be greeted. Oh my. All right. I'm glad that we've got the spirit today. Mick Hayes will do our land acknowledgement.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. In our commitment to be in right relationship with the descendants of this area's indigenous people, we place a small basket of black oak acorns on our altar each week. In doing so, we acknowledge the Nisenan people are still here among us today, though nearly invisible after generations of erasure and exclusion from California's history. We understand that we are on Nisenan land that was never ceded, and the original tribe families have yet to recover from the genocide of the people. As residents or visitors on Nisenan land, we support the Nevada City Rancheria tribe in efforts to stabilize their people, as well as the campaign to restore tribal sovereignty through federal recognition.
And our chalice lighting will be given by Allison Rivers this morning.
There's a note here. Good morning. Sonata by Maxima Kahn. Feast your ears on the rhythmic drumming of the woodpecker, one little bird snickering like a mischievous boy. This is the balm of morning, everything in cahoots. Dark purple petunias shuddering to the same pulse as the clack of insects. A shrill cheep from the canyon below, piercing at precise intervals. And when the leaf lets go the branch, when the neighbor sings out to their dog, the way someone's radio drones a low undertone, or a cloud drifts a high soprano over the whole arrangement, even the ponderously slow bass carillon of new growing trees thrums the continuo of this harmony. Nothing mars the perfection of the score. Nothing darkens the day.
the lighting of this last candle and the inspiration of many ancestors, may we be reminded to stay in touch with our compassion for ourselves and for others, with our courage to resist and to live the values that define our lives. With this candle of compassion, resistance, and resilience, may our willingness to persist, drawing on the gifts and skills we already possess for living our resilience, continue. So there's this thing here. It's the Wonder Box. I wonder what's in there. It's really pretty. Lots of flowers and stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. That's the fun part. I never know. It's like a roll of packing tape and a purple Sharpie. So I think they might be busy up there today. Anybody want to come? Cheryl's going to pick it up. Okay, can we sing Cheryl and the kids? Yes. Are there any kids today? Say it, but it might be better if there aren't kids up there to help Cheryl pack. It might be quite a scene, but I don't know. I'm sure they'd be wonderful. Good morning, everyone. My name is Randy McKean. I am your worship associate for today's service. As our minister, Reverend Kevin Tarsa, is on sabbatical this month, I am also your worship leader this morning. Don't worry, Reverend Kevin will be back for our May 31st service here at 246 South Church Street, our last service, which you've heard about already, before UUCM makes its move to Squirrel Creek Road. So being the worship leader when the Reverend is gone is a bit like being the substitute teacher. I'm hoping you all will behave this morning. I saw a couple of you switch your name tags around just to confuse me. So I started the service on the banjo just to let you know that I'm the fun worship associate, okay? So I'll try my best to keep your attention this morning. So in some ways, this mini sabbatical of Reverend Kevin's right before our big move is well-timed. It underlies the notion that nothing is constant. We're always adjusting how we deal with the curveballs and the unexpected turns we take that life presents to each of us. Though you can't step into the same river twice, it's still a river. Though the times they are a-changin', we each retain a core identity and belief system that we have built up over our lifetimes. The outer trappings of UUCM are undergoing a major shift, but it's still a community of visitors, friends, and members with a consistent set of values. One of the joys of having built up our own set of internal stuff is that it is always there for us to rediscover. One of the things I love about poetry, such as Maxima Kahn's sonata that Allison read for us this morning, is when poetry takes the objects or events one may experience every day, and through unique juxtapositions of words or unexpected phrasing, makes us see those familiar things in a new way. A great poem makes us appreciate what we have while also encouraging us to stay attentive for sparks of interest. What the Reverend Nancy MacDonald Ladd calls discovering what shimmers. This morning, I hope to draw our attention to how UUCM shimmers and remind us that we will be taking these things, not just the coffee cups, stones, and name tags, to our new home. In this world of constant change, may we stay tuned into the things that inspire us, those unexpected engines of awe that surround us. And now, as you're willing and able, please stand and join me on the... And Linda's going to play through one time for us. play through for us. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm throwing Linda all kinds of curveballs today. Now we have the opportunity to connect inwardly, to listen to our hearts. What is living and speaking there, waiting to be heard? We may experience resistance to listening. Pains and sorrows may block us. Scares and concerns for others may be overwhelming. We may feel suffocated by wishing for hurts to go away and for peace to come. Aliveness, joy, delight, gratefulness may also surface. In connecting to our hearts, we connect with all hearts, those in the room, those in our community, and those beyond. When the music starts, if you feel moved to choose a stone, release whatever you are holding in your heart to the stone. Then place the stone in the bowl, which represents our caring community and the grace that is surrounding us all. Perhaps what feels personal may feel communal. Our burdens may feel shared and lightened. The placing of the stone creates expanding ripples. We know we are not alone in our joy nor in our sorrow. Those of you attending on Zoom, please feel free to type into the chat any joys or sorrows in your heart, or simply type a 0 or the letter O to represent a stone. Sue and I place these last stones for those joys and sorrows that remain unexpressed but are in our hearts. Missed it. There we go. Oh, I'm going to do the meditation. So for our meditation, I've written a poem. But we've all written this poem, actually. This poem is taken from prompts that Beth Caro and I gave to those present at our March 22nd service about paying attention. Remember, I'm the substitute teacher, so I need you to pay attention. The prompts were from a Mary Oliver poem that encouraged people to respond with those things they remembered from the first time they came to UUCM, be it 20 years ago, or for the first time that morning, be it 20 minutes ago. I fashioned them into a meditation for us to ponder. In this meditation, all of us are the first-time visitor. The events, the sights and sounds, the feelings of 30 years of UUCM occur simultaneously. It is a time slip, a discovery, and a celebration. If you'd like, please close your eyes and sit back as we rediscover Unitarian Universalist community of the mountains. Ode to 246 South Church Street. You walk into a hall, and though you have never been there before, you are home. No crosses, but flags flapping. Pride, Earth, Black Lives Matter, a big sign that says vote. Warm smiles and welcoming hearts. Gwen gives that smile, and you want to be her. Catherine sings out her hello. You want to join her. No crosses, but wooden pews. Pride flags, Earth flags, Black Lives Matter banners. A great group of hippies in green plastic lawn chairs. No crosses, but candles on the altar. No crosses, but quilts on the wall. Art in the foyer, symbols of the wind, warmth, peace, people smiling. The room full of people, generations all mixed, big Jim Lane with little Hannah sitting on his lap. Your children are welcomed. You're told you're the parent of a wonderful child. They know you from Zoom and are delighted that you are real. You sit in the back, and when it's over, you're going to run out the door as fast as you can. You're astonished that you are in a church and don't want to run out. You're astonished you are in a church and it feels like home. Words of greeting, sounds of laughter, beautiful songs being sung. Jim Lowe plays jazz piano. Pennies from heaven signals, pass the plate, please. No big G God or cardinal sins, beautiful songs being sung. Blue boat home, blue boat home. Astonished, delighted. This place was once a funeral home? Anita Wald, a grandmother for peace, is there to greet you. Reverend Megan says, we've been expecting you. Reverend Julie sings about all this rain falling down. Utah Phillips spins the tale of Samhain. Reverend Denis and his creation cosmology. Reverend Kevin and his Enneagram philosophy. You admire the words that come from the heart. You admire the deep wisdom that comes from the sages. You admire worship shared instead of administered. You admire, you're astonished. That moment, it shifts from the superficial to hit you directly in the heart. It is profound. It is magic. You feel it in your bones. Fun and fantastical. Your eyes light up at mention of a men's group, a women's group, singing meditations, stories for all ages, puppet shows, bees on trees, giant origami giraffes. Calling all directions, light in the darkness, Sheikh Farjage speaks of Islam while his son, the dervish, spins. A feeling of safety, open hearts. How many tears are held? You are not alone. Honesty, vulnerability, words give voice to deeper feelings. People share themselves. You walk down the aisle, you pick up a stone and hold those feelings. You share joys and sorrows. You sob joys and sorrows. You are gathered up. This place is familiar, yet with different faces. Welcome without pressure. You feel embraced. Tenderness ongoing, not momentary, sustained. You have no idea what is happening. You assume others do. A door opens where you truly belong, something you want to be a part of. You learn about trust, revolution, movement, unity, and love. So, what are the wonders of rediscovery? Our theme this month is awaking curiosity. Gail and Cheryl, 2 weeks ago, examined holy curiosity, where we can use curiosity as an antidote to being judgmental about others in situations that cause us anxiety. Last week, Gail and UUCM's Deep Dialogue group talked about how curiosity can be a tool to help us understand what motivates other people's sometimes inexplicable behaviors and beliefs and create engagement and true connection. So what if we turn this curiosity inward? Just as many of us are anxious about UUCM's imminent move, yet can draw inspiration and connection from our first remarkable moments here. When we are facing intense times of loss and transition in our own lives, can we take a look to our past selves and reconnect with those experiences that have given us joy and that are still there within us? The recent passing of my friend Maxima Kahn reminded me of a time in my life when I had given up a large part of my past and felt lost. With her help, I found a way forward by re-embracing my former self. Maxima's poem, Sonata, from her book Fierce Aria, was our chalice reading this morning. Maxima was a poet, dancer, graphic designer, creativity coach, a musician, and composer. She and I met in a fiction writing workshop in Nevada City in the winter of 2003, both of us working on novels and unaware that each of us had been trained as musicians. This was the first year after my wife Lindsay and I had moved our young family to Nevada County from the East Coast. So a couple of months after the writing workshop ended, Max and I were talking at a social event and discovered that, yes, we both had a love of improvisational music, or so-called free jazz. I had tried my hand playing saxophone and clarinet in the creative music scene in New York in the early 90s, but in 1995, an interaction with one of my mentors caused me to abandon music making altogether. At roughly the same time on the West Coast, Max, a violinist, was pursuing a degree in music composition and had a similarly traumatic rebuff from one of her professors that ended her studies and musical ambitions. So here we were, nearly 10 years later, Max and I at a lawn party in Nevada City. We discovered this similarly buried love of music. But we also shared the feeling that there was absolutely no way either of us were going to play music with anyone else at this point in our lives. Nonetheless, for the next few months, we warily circled around one another until finally we agreed to jam together one Sunday in my garage studio. We ended up playing together for every other Sunday afternoon for the next 4 years. Our sessions usually began with us playing off the top of our heads with no preset plans, but over time we came up with little strategies, almost rules or like mini games that we would use to guide us and give some structure to our playing. As the months progressed, we slowly unearthed little riff tunes that inspired new ones. Each of us revived old song ideas. Full-blown compositions emerged as we shook off the cobwebs, and we soon had a repertoire of original pieces. With a nod to the healing power of music and art, and to our emerging freaky folk sound of violin and reeds, we called ourselves Sawbones. And we had a great t-shirt. It was like a dancing skeleton, but there were only 2 made, so I don't have it anymore. We played house concerts, we played in cafes, even we played once at UUCM for a worship service. We did make some studio recordings, but as we were both recovering perfectionists as well, we never released those. At the same time, in the mid-aughts, in addition to her prose and poetry writing, Max was teaching The Artist's Way. It's a 12-week course designed by Julia Cameron to help people unblock their creativity and reconnect with their artistic selves. Still getting over my musical inhibitions, I took the course. During those 3 months, through daily journaling and weekly assignments, I was encouraged to confront my internal and external critics. I prioritized a connection with what excited me. It took me back to those early days of childhood fandom and discovery and challenged me not to get lost in nostalgia, but rather to bring that same level of enthusiasm to the present. It was a course in discovering what shimmers. As the benefits of The Artist's Way took effect, I began to branch out and play music with people in our local scene, in Sacramento, in the Bay Area. Max became more involved with her creativity coaching and poetry. At the same time as Sawbones wound down, we became part of a music dance collective, Shadow Cabinet. Max primarily as a dancer and myself as a musician. The works we created as a 6-piece or with additional members were 1 part improvised music, 1 part improvised dance, and a 3rd part performance art guerrilla theater. So there were fewer collaborations over the years, but we were able to work together one last time in December of 2024 when I asked Max to read her poetry while my group, the Stinson Trio, improvised abstract musical textures behind her. The setting was the appropriately funky and cosmic throne room at the Nevada City Oddfellows Lodge. After a prolonged illness, Maxima passed away in March of this year. She had asked that her body lay and rest at her house for 3 days, where her husband Don graciously hosted visitors that came to sit with her. After Don, Lindsay, and I had told stories and anecdotes about the playful yet always real Max, I played on my clarinet some of the compositions we had written together in those sessions in our garage. True to form, it revived a dormant spark within me. Currently, I'm revisiting our many recordings and videos of live shows. I'm looking at the posters for the Colonel McCaw's Magical Cure-All performance series that we curated together. I am listening to the Word in Edgewise radio show we performed together on KVMR. In these artifacts I had set aside, true to some recurring cycle of creativity, I am looking for what shimmers. I am looking for inspiration for my next creative works. So I encourage us all in this time of constant change, in this time of incessant signals and instant answers, to stay curious. Use our imaginations to sift through the outer maelstrom and forge connections with others. But remember to also stay connected to our inner selves. Our attitudes and aptitudes are ripe for rediscovery. They are there to help guide us through the ever new frontier.
Sorry. Writer Liz James on why we take an offering. UU theologian James Luther Adams called the offering the time in each service when we pass the plate to collect money, a sacrament of the free church. He is putting it in the league of sacred rites, a ritual that is about transformation, about becoming part of something greater than ourselves, and taking our place within our community. It is an act of saying who we are and what we believe in. It's a ritual we use not only to transform the world, but to transform ourselves. That's why every person at the service is invited to take part of it. 50% of UUCM's offering this month will support Interfaith Food Ministry, whose mission is to reduce food insecurity in Nevada County. They feed the hungry, helping to sustain good health and human dignity. With volunteers, donors, and partners, they distribute almost 2 million pounds of food annually, building community and ensuring no one goes hungry. Please see the slides for more ways to give. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this congregation, weaving a tapestry of compassion and action, faith and fellowship, hope and wholeness. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this congregation, and we affirm our lives within it.
Okay, this is the part where I shuffle all my papers. Well, I want to give a thanks to Viv and Allison and Mick for reading this morning, and to Sue Gregory for doing the caring committee with joys and sorrows. And I want to thank Linda for a wonderful, she found that arrangement. That was really delightful, if I do say so myself. I want to say thanks Siobhan for her help this morning, and Cypress and Steve back there, Eileen, chat host with the most, Shanti for the altar display today. I wanted to thank Carol and Gwen for our greeters this shift, and Cynthia, Gwen, Laura, and Viv for refreshments, and Cheryl for being, and Rachel for standing by for Kids Connection this morning. And we got a few announcements. Squirrel Creek Cleanup Monday, that's tomorrow from 1 to 4. There's a kitchen tour Thursday at 1. Blue Chair Moving Day is Thursday as well at 10 in the morning. Box Moving Day is this Saturday starting at 8. Heidi Lynn was here at the first service and wanted to stress that we really need more volunteers to help with the moves. I think she's got one person signed up at the moment, and there's a lot of stuff to be moved on Thursday and Saturday. She said you can contact her or Lori Bell or Gwen. And you can email at volunteer@uugrassvalley.org, but also can contact you guys directly. So I guess we are in dire need of help those days. So for those announcements and others, go to our website at uugrassvalley.org. We've got another song for you. Our final song is The Ceaseless Flow of Endless Time. Linda's going to play it through for us one time through.
First, thank you, Ray.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. You've been a great class today. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, and please stand as you're willing and able. The ceaseless flow of endless time, no one can check or stay. We'll view the past with no regret, nor future with dismay. The present slips into the past and dream like clouds away. The making of tomorrow's dawn begins anew today. The past and future ever meet in the eternal now, to make each day a thing complete shall be our new year found. And I've got a final reading for you that I don't know what happened to it. This is a replay of our 9 o'clock service. Oh, shoot. I may have to improvise. I really want to read it to you. It's more poetry. Here you go. Love the Questions Themselves by Rainer Maria Rilke. It's poetry, so stay attentive. Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms and like books in a very foreign language. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given you, because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps you will then, gradually, without even noticing, live along some distant day into the answer. And as we flow into the future, let us carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again. And next week, Heather Grove is back with a full band, and we're doing Songs of Resistance, so come ready to sing, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Okay.